Elsies River is a community under siege. In 1 week, 20 residents were shot, 14 in one incident. Gang warfare is out of control. It's where a missing 3-year-old was found, shoved into a plastic bag and buried. Her mother says she has failed her. Living in Elsies is hard.
Mother is a Down syndrome child, and the doctor was telling me that Mother won't be able to attend a mainstream school because of Down syndrome. And then I took him to Leonsel Primary School. After that, they told me that he can't function at the school. Then I went to Folia, and Folia, the people by Folia prefer me to St. Joseph's School. That's a school name, St. Joseph, and is now there.
Marilyn Friesler is a street cleaner and mother to 12-year-old twins Mornay and Mondre. Mondre has Down syndrome and attends a special needs school. The transport can't collect him at his house because the family live in gang heartland and it's just too dangerous.
Sê vir die auntie hoe voel sy as hulle skiet. Sê in Afrikaans. Even in the morning, he kept my hand like this. He kept my hand just like this. And he's always telling me when we walk, Mommy, ek is bang nou, maar ons het niks oorkom nie. En sê kom nie, niks sal happen met ons nie.
Two of the main schools in Elsies are linked by this alleyway, and the gangs tend to fire into it. Sometimes it's literally a school run.
Mr. Rasmus, have any of your children ever been hurt? I mean, have you seen an injured child?
Yes, I've seen children being hurt, especially in the morning on the way to school, traumatized. They go through such a lot of difficulty in the morning because of gang shootings and incidents in the area that the majority of our kids come to school traumatized. Sometimes they have to rush to get into the schoolyard, which is the only place of safety. Sporadically, shooting will start in the morning after 7:30, and it will sometimes stop at 8:15. Then during the day, kids will hear the shooting, and you can see the fear in their eyes, and also sometimes the fact that they don't know who's being shot at. So the kids go through a lot of hell.
One of Edward Rasmus's pupils was stabbed. The teacher couldn't save him.
I've seen a learner die in my arms, yes. It happened a few years ago, not at my school, but it happened.
What did that do to you?
To be honest, I couldn't go back to the school. I couldn't. I just had to move on, get away from the school, because it would have haunted me walking down that passage and realizing this is where he passed away.
I mean, that's incredibly traumatic.
Yeah. I had to see a psychologist for some time.
Maylene is 14 years old. She and her mother, Cherie, are both in a drug rehabilitation program. A social worker took pity on Maylene when she found her living with a gang. It's her only hope of living a normal life.
Die meisiekinders raak weg en sy kan nie buite speel nie. As sy buite speel, as steel hulle jou. Ek bly in uitsig. Ik was een bendel, laat geweest aan mijn terreboos. Ik heb kan geschiet samen. Ik heb samen gelopen. Dan wil ik voor mij veranderen aan een meisje. En dan de mensen, alles schiet in nageïen. Als ze voor jou zien aan die patten, alles schiet. Zo boos is, als schiet hulle elke dag boos is. Raad aan mijn liefje is 6. Hij is nog niet dronken. Dan die meisje is raak weg. Alle dangas gebruik die meisje kennis. Als hulle drugs gebruik die meisje kennis.
Cherie Moore's daughter Lakita was murdered last year in nearby Valhalla Park. Cherie has had a breakdown. She is now being cared for by Elsies River nurse, Sister Magda Klein.
I grew up in Elsies River, but I'm busy plowing back. I grew up from a poor mother, and the hardship of Elsies River is the gangsterism. It is the gangsterism.
Is it dangerous for you to work here?
You know, for me, I can't say it's dangerous for me to work here because I know the gangsters and they listen. The gangsters see me as their mom. You need to respect a gangster. You need to treat a gangster like a human being. Then they won't attack you. I haven't got problems with the gangster because I can talk to the gangsters like a mother. Because you know they're not born gangsters. Somewhere along the line, something make them gangsters.
Further down the road, a granny has brought her daughter's newborn to the Leonsdale Clinic, a part of Elsies, but it had to close 2 months ago.
This is the Leonsdale baby clinic. The clinic has been closed now for a couple of weeks. The staff feel very unsafe and that's why they've closed it. Now they need to walk very, very far to the Elsies River clinic. And when they get there, that clinic is also full, so they sit there the whole day with the sick children.
On the 1st of May, gangsters opened fire here, close to the clinic. 13 people were shot. 4 died.
Was anyone in the kitchen?
Yes, me.
You were in the kitchen?
Yes.
What did you do?
Look there, the bullets came through.
This whole house is dotted with bullet holes.
Yes, the whole house is like an army here.
It's like a war zone.
Oh, yes. Every day
How do you
is
survive?
now. Don't be much.
Trauma counsellor Roxanda Pascoe is at the home of murdered Elsie's 3-year-old Courtney Pieters. The little girl was raped, murdered and dumped in Elsie's a few days ago. Roxanda is counselling the murdered child's mother, Juanita, and putting up a plaque in Courtney's memory.
Psychologically, all of our people are ill. They are ill because of it's constant trauma that they're facing. Every day it's constant trauma. If it's not by going without food, it's about getting to work, having to seek someone to look after your child. And you have this uphill that you need to fight against. And I mean, we're just human. We can do just so much. When do we say stop? When do we say enough? Who do we trust? Will it ever leave our chest? Never. It's never to be forgotten. I think the wound is too deep.